Hello, and welcome back to the Goodness Margin, the place where we find margin for the good things in life. It's Christmas time, the bright lights are everywhere, music is filling the air. I love Christmas. But one of the questions I get so often during this time is what about all of the toys that my kids already have, and then they're about to get a bunch more? What should I do? And so I just wanted to share with you 5 quick ideas if you want to do a really quick toy purge. Obviously, if this is something that you have not done before, then you could spend maybe an entire day cleaning out your kids' toys. But if you just want to do something really quick to minimize their toys, these are 5 ideas I have for you. So the first tip is to make it a game. Turn on some music, tell your kids, hey guys, listen, this is a basket that I want you to put things you want to keep, and this is a basket that we're going to put stuff that we are going to donate. You're fixing to get a lot of new toys from Santa or grandma and grandpa. And so we want to be sure that we can have room for all this stuff. Let's quickly do a toy purge. Set a timer, turn on some music, have some fun, make it fun. If you make it a chore, your kids are going to feel like it's a chore. If you make it fun, then it's going to be fun. And see how fast you can fill up a basket that you want to donate. You can even talk to your kids about donating those toys to kids that don't have toys. Do whatever you need to do to make this fun for your kids and to make it something that they look forward to. It's exciting. Maybe say, hey, when we're done doing this, we're going to make some popcorn and we're going to watch a Christmas movie together. So the second quick way you can do this is to ask your kids, pick your favorite. And especially if you have younger children, this is something that you as a parent, you're aware of. These are my kids' favorite things, and these are the things that they've hung on to, but they don't really play with very often. And so grab maybe a favorite toy and then a toy that you know is not their favorite and say, okay, we're going to do this really quick thing where you're going to say, this one I love, this one I don't. And have 2 baskets again. This one's my favorite, this one I'm not. And just quickly go through in a process of elimination. That way they're not really picking the one they're getting rid of, they're picking the one that they love the most. And if they're really having trouble deciding between 2 of them, don't make it a big deal. Go ahead and let them keep both of those. But the more often you do this, the easier it will become and the faster that it will go. And you'll see before you know it, you've eliminated a lot of excess toys in their room. Idea number 3 is something that I just did. And we're going to see how it goes. I'll keep you updated over on Instagram about it. But I had noticed that my daughter was really having a lot of trouble cleaning up her room. Typically, we would say, okay, let's set a timer and see how fast we can do it. But it just seemed like she was making a mess in her room, a really big mess, really often, and then really struggling with cleaning it up. And then she would say, Mom, I don't want to clean it up. You please clean it up. So I had told her a few times, I'm happy to clean it up by myself. But if I have to clean it up, then we're going to need to donate quite a few things, because if it's too much for you, if it's overwhelming to you, that means you have too many toys. So she actually came to me and said, okay, Mom, you can donate this stuff. I don't want to clean my room. I knew that almost all of her toys were down on the floor because she doesn't have a lot of toys in her bedroom. And so I said, okay, go into your room and put away your favorite things. Be sure those things are put away. Then I'm going to go clean your room. And those other things I'm going to take and put them somewhere. Now, I did not donate all of these toys because it was a lot of things that she really does play with and things she enjoys. But it was sort of a visual reminder to her. And what I did is I went and I just put it all in a basket. And I put that basket in our attic. We have a little attic area off of our closet. It's pretty easy to access. That was about 3 weeks ago, and she has yet to ask for any of these items. I've been really surprised by that. So what my plan is I am going to wait a couple more weeks and then go through that basket, see some things that, okay, this is, one of them was a princess dress that I had just bought for her that I think that she's really going to eventually be missing. That I would definitely keep. But a few other things are some of those cheap toys that you get like in a Burger King kids meal or something like that. Those I'm going to go ahead and throw away or donate. This is just an idea, and my daughter knew what was happening. It wasn't a surprise to her. And I had introduced it to her a few times when she had shared with me that she was having trouble cleaning her room. If you want me to clean it by myself, I'm happy to do that, but I'm going to be donating some things. And finally she said, okay, Mom, it's time for that. I want you to do that. So I'll keep you updated on how it goes, but that is another idea to quickly do that. And number 4 is what I like to call the mama purge. especially if you have young children. But the reality is, if you also have kids that are really having trouble or they just don't want to get rid of stuff, it may be time for you to come in. Their room is overwhelming. If it's overwhelming you and you are unable to help them keep it clean, or their toy area or wherever you keep your toys for your kids, I call it the mama purge. It was something that I used to do when my son would go to camp. I would call it the mama clean, and I would go in and really deep clean his room, throw away some stuff that needed to be thrown away. Obviously, if it's something that's important to them, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to talk to them about it. But there are always going to be those random little things that they're holding on to. You get rid of them and they're never going to miss it. And so while I do encourage you to involve your kids because you want them to create a lifestyle of not wanting to hold on to things, not feeling like things have a hold on them, or that things are really important, that it's easy to let things go. But you still have a responsibility as a parent to help them to keep their room clean and to help them to keep their stuff minimal and not be overwhelmed by that. So all else fails, go ahead and do number 4, which is the mama purge. And then number 5, this is really an out of the box idea. I did this summer and it worked really, really well. My daughter had this little cash register. She had it for a really long time, and it sort of was a little bit of like a baby cash register. It wasn't one that she was getting older and wanted to do some more things, and also had stopped, some of the components had stopped working. And so she had seen this other cash register at Target. It was like $20. She said, Mom, I'd love to have that cash register. So I came up with this idea because it was getting to be time for a toy purge. I was like, okay, I will pay you $1 for each thing that you want to get rid of. And I was so surprised because remember, we live a minimalist lifestyle. So I thought this may be difficult, and I was actually ready to find a way for her to earn some more money or do something else so she could get the $20. She filled up a box with 20 items really quickly. She was very motivated to get rid of the stuff so that she could get something else. And she visually was able to see, I am getting rid of a big box of items, 20 items, quite a few things, for just this one thing. And that's really the way it is. If you sell something, you are typically not going to make anywhere near back what that you actually paid for that item. And so you're visually letting them see, okay, if we're getting rid of all of this, and then we're just going to get this little thing instead. But it's definitely something that would inspire them to go ahead and get rid of stuff. I have a friend that was talking to me about the fact that she really needed to do a toy purge with her kids. Her kids were a little bit older, I think around 9 years old. She had 2 kids and they had a lot of toys. They had not done a toy purge really for years. And she knew they had a lot of toys. And so we were talking about the idea of giving them $1 for each item. And they were actually in the process of buying a gaming system for their kids. And I think it was around $300. And so she's like, well, let's just see what happens. Believe it or not, her kids were able to get rid of 300 items. Now, some of them were like a little bitty toy, maybe like a marble or something like that. But I think you would be surprised to see how many things your kids have. So you may want to set a cap on that. But if you're already planning on purchasing something, go ahead, try this out. It does work. If you try one of these 5 ideas, drop it in the comments. Let me know. I would love to hear what works for you and maybe what doesn't work for you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. You can hit the bell to be notified when the next video goes live.